First of all, our thoughts and prayers are with the Hank Loricella family. And true VFL accomplished everything that you could accomplish at the University of Tennessee. He's what Tennessee and Tennessee football stands for. So I want everyone to know that we're thinking of their family, of his family. In terms of practice today, we spoke prior to leaving for spring break that I thought the maturity of our football team would show coming back. Overall, I did like our mental approach. But also is very glaring. Some individuals more mature than others. Some individuals prepared more than individuals coming back. But I thought it was a very, very productive practice, probably our most physical practice of spring so far since we've been back. But long, long, long way to go. And that's what happens when you have a youthful football team. But, we have to continue to demand. We will not compromise. It's that consistency in play. It's the small details, the winning details that championship football teams have, play in and play out the effort and our overall style of play. I was not pleased with the first 5 practices, especially with the scrimmage in terms of our overall style of play in which we're going to play football here at Tennessee. But every opportunity is a teaching moment. Today, many teaching moments. We concluded practice with a live team period, and then we graded our position groups on the field. And if we had loafs and not playing to our style, we ran gassers afterwards. And our players have to buy into the style of play, and they will. It's a process, but we're creating habits. We're training so it becomes instinctful, and everything is about instincts in football. But I did like the start now as we work to practice 7 coming up on Thursday. It starts in the classroom. We talk about the mental effort, the mental intensity by which it takes, by the way you approach the way you approach your meetings. The notes, taking copious notes, everything that goes into being a great football player. It's like a sponge. We talk about knowledge is power and power is knowledge. And so again, it's teaching young individuals, what it takes to be successful. And that's what championship programs have. That's what championship teams do, the effort that's required, but also the consistency in performance, the small details, but the overall execution. We're still installing. We had a heavy install day today. I did think we made tremendous strides, but again, nowhere where we need to be.
Butch, how important was it that you sort of snapped them back with a very physically demanding practice today?
Well, very important. Everyone was back on time on Sunday. That was great to see. I liked our approach on Monday, but Tuesday we had to get back into the rhythm. And the big thing I wanted to see was retention. How did we retain the information that we had in the first 5? And I thought for the most part, our players did a very good job of the retention. Now, again, it's the small details that it takes. It's really being in football shape to play in and play out. College football is going through a phase right now of change in terms of no huddle offenses. I think kind of the huddle offenses are, not very many teams do it anymore. So everyone wants to practice with a high tempo. And so we have to live that way each and every day. And again, I thought it was a great foundation to moving forward as spring ball continues now.
Specifically from a quarterback standpoint, did you see the retention that you wanted?
I did. I sat in all the quarterback meetings today. Again, I liked their note taking. I checked all their notes. I like that process, but we're going to be patient. We're going to find out who we can win with, and it's a long process with spring football, summer, and then into August, and we're going to do our due diligence every day. But I did like the mentality of that group today, and I liked their approach on Monday as well.
But you talked about not being pleased with contracts. Was that a message you were able to impress on the team before they left, or was it something that you told them when they came back, and how did you kind of see them respond?
It was more when they came back. We went back and we graded all 5 practices in our style of play, the execution, the small details. And, that's going to happen with a young football team. Everyone has to understand. You're replacing, your interiors, both in the offensive line and defensive line. You're basically brand new at wide receiver, a couple new running backs. We don't know who our quarterback's going to be right now. Some new faces in the back end. So we're a new football team. And so, again, it's our style of play. It's our daily approach. It's our mentality. It's our toughness. You know, we're not going to win games on talent alone. We're not there yet. We're not just going to show up and win football games. We're going to win on our style of play. And our players understand that, but we have to live it every day. But the team meeting on Monday was very long. We digested the scrimmage. You know, we pointed different scenarios out. You know, we pointed the good, the bad, and the indifferent. And that's coaching, that's teaching. So a lot of great teaching today as well.
Coach, what are the good things from the scrimmage that you saw?
Well, I thought we had some individuals, first of all, step up and make plays. You know, played the ball in the air. I thought we were able to run the football offensively. You know, the poor things is we had a turnover in the red zone. You know, we threw an interception. We had second goal on the one, and we had a fumble exchange, which, you know, we recovered the ball, but you can't have that. That's not winning football. And just the overall consistency. Defensively, I didn't like the way we swarmed to the football. We didn't have 11 hats to the ball. You know, great defenses have a style of play about themselves. You know, the effort, the mentality to get to the football. We didn't generate enough turnovers. So offensively, you take away those, you know, the one turnover, I was pleased with it. Defensively, I was not pleased because I didn't think we had very many ball disruptions. You know, I didn't think we were very physical. We're not a physical football team right now. In order for us to play the style that we want to, we have to play with a physical presence. And we didn't see that. That's why our practices are demanding. That's why today is demanding, and Thursday will be even that much more demanding.
You talked about the pace on offense, but how is your defense having the practice against that team? How are they handling that?
Well, you know, that's a great point that you make. You know, and they're all new and they're learning the call, you know, and everything is about a pre-snap routine. And that's when we met on Monday, you know, we challenged our players. Every coach gave their position group a pre-snap routine, you know, from eyes to the sideline, getting the signal, stance and start, you know, whether it's coverage identification, front identification, you know, splits, adjustments. There's so much that goes into playing fast. And you train fast so it becomes instinctive. You know, great football players play with great instincts. You know, they find a way to get to the football. So, you know, everything is happening at once, and pretty soon the game will slow down. But right now, for a lot of the youngsters, the game is playing really fast right now, and the mind ties the feet up, and you can see that. You know, one individual I thought today really looked fast and is really starting to play with a lot of confidence right now is Josh Malone. You know, he's coming off the football. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and you could see the speed, burst, and acceleration that we saw on film when we were recruiting him. We're starting to see that now on the practice field.
Good to have Marlon Lane back.
It was good to have him back. You know, he'll be limited. We have to be smart, but, you know, to have him back was a bonus. His hand was in a cast, so he'll be limited, but it was great to have him back on the field today.
When you had, I guess, you didn't have, a ton of experience watching Kurt last year. He hasn't put his hand in the ground much since he was in college. When he's done that, you like what you've seen from him in terms of the ability to be with him and Lincoln off the edge.
Kurt's going through a learning process again. You know, he knows his assignments. He knows what to do, but now it's putting it into action. And he'll come. And he's extremely explosive, but it's the small details. It's the stance. It's the start. You know, the get off is everything. It's the fundamentals. You know, playing winning football is a byproduct of being fundamentally sound. And he'll get there. And we're asking a lot from him, from going from linebacker to being a three-point to, again, being back at the linebacker spot. You know, he's playing about 3 different positions right now. And so we're asking a lot of him. But again, today, you know, we did a 4th and 1 period. He came up and, you know, he made a great play at the end of the practice. So again, I can see his confidence growing, and as spring continues to progress, you'll see his style of play progress as well.
Looks like y'all maybe make some tweaks to maybe try to manufacture some more speed on the defensive side. How's that process coming along?
Work in progress. You know, we have to get much faster as a defense and as a football program. You know, we're not up to, you know, SEC speed. And so it starts with recruiting. You know, it starts with being bigger, stronger, faster. And, you know, you have to play chess. You know, you can't play checkers. You got to play chess. It's getting your players in the right spots. And if they have value in one regards or another, it's trying to get as much extract as much value as everyone you can in your football program. And so we're trying to get as much speed and improve our team speed as much as possible. The great thing is we'll welcome 18 newcomers in June, so it'll almost be like starting the process all over again. A lot of them are going to have to play as true freshmen. They have no choice. That's where we're at. But I did like our approach. I thought our practice was demanding, and we'll continue to demand even more as spring ball progresses.
Thanks, guys, very much.
Thank you.